So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now it's Carson. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
It's 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slapped. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. Now a play fake here on first down. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
The first down carry by Elliott doesn't amount to much as he'll get forward for about a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Prescott got his man there complete to Gallup. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Prescott to throw it. And this throw will be intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Go, get out there. Mike's 50. Time to go, night. Mike 50.
Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Wilson, he lets it fly for Lockett. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Throwing is Wilson. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Prescott from the gun. And that's Elliott, complete. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
One sec. Here we go, 47.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, Because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Here we go.
Here's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Play action. It's Wilson. Flushed out right. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. David Moore with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. This fielded at the 2. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Kill.
From the 39, Prescott rolling to his right. Now he'll pull it down. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Now Prescott looking deep in the direction of, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Pick it up. Slam. Check 52. 80 weapon. Bang. Say, reload. Run left.
Here's Wilson. His throw incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of a play and knock it away, that's a big deal, and we just saw him do it right there.
Mike 54.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Wilson now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. And this will be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. He'll find Metcalf. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again here, Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Carson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Wilson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. This is Mostert. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Raheem Mostert with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Prescott. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 45-yard line. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Prescott down. That one complete to Elliott. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. Letting one fly. And this is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big pickup of 38.
Patch it. Check 3. Hey, kill. Check 9. Hey, watch it.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Zerline good with a PAT. And that will shave one more off this lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. Throwing again on second down. Wilson, it's caught, Lockett. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Wilson now to throw on third down. He lets it fly from Lockett. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
To throw again on second down. Prescott, this to Jarwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. Prescott now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad, 1st and 10.
Hey, check. 3 down.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The Cowboys on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Prescott. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Lamb. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Come on, let's go.
A first down throw for Prescott. Got an open man, the tight end Jarwin. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
After the sack on first down, Prescott. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they'll need a big play here with Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Kill.
Now Prescott on 4th down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Alert. Switch. Go. I'll go special. Nice.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Buying time to his left. This one into the hands of Metcalf. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. They'll try to run this one in. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Raheem Mostert with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his third so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. One last shot now for Prescott. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the...
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull off. Hat on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30.